Hello guys, it's me again, it's Maguire, and in today's video I want to talk to you about the first half of the summer split in Ultraliga. Some of you may or may not know Ultraliga is IRL league for the Polish region, so basically it's like a Polish national league. Two of those teams will be participating in EU Masters. I am Maguire, I'm a caster for the Ultraliga, and in today's video hopefully I will make it shorter than any than any of the previous ones. I will talk to you about the first half of the split. So here on the at the ultraliga.pl are all the scores, all the rosters, all the games, etc, yada yada. So we'll take a closer look how the split is going so far. We will start with the last team, which is Wisla Płock. If you remember my power ranking video, all of the experts actually placed them around 4th or the 5th place before the season started, but they are just not playing too well. I think it's kind of the mental breakdown. They made some changes, but I don't think there were upgrades. So basically, the legendary Polish top laner Unknown left the team. They also changed their mid laner from Hosi to Zvyro. Zvyro you might know from the Turkish league. He played in the TCL last split and placed last place with his team, so he was kicked out of the team, but hopefully he will show a better performance in the Ultraliga. So far they only won one game against Pride in the one of the first weeks in the Ultraliga. This game was not convincing at all. It was one of the longest games, and Pride just actually, I think they lost themselves their game, so Wisła Płock could be as well 0-8. They don't look like a playoff team so far. They are not looking as a team that will be improving in the rest of the season. So just to specify, it's 8-0, but actually the first split would be 7-0. Every team played another team once, and the actual results, actual standings are because the half of the split was played in the middle of the week, so it's the first half of the split and the one game against the same opponent as in the first week. Next we go to Aves. They also changed some players. They have a new mid laner in the Butsu, the also legendary Polish mid laner. He comes back, he's playing a lot of aggressive stuff, he's playing Zed, he's playing other assassins, and he's doing really well. So they actually got themselves a 3 wins, and they look like a contestant for the playoffs team. We'll see about that. Right now they're in the 7th place, but they showed some great promise, and I think they could actually manage to get to the playoffs. Next on, we go to the Actina Pact. They had a rocking start. They beat Devils One, who were supposed to be favorites to win it all, and they won against the main squad. I will talk about it later on a little bit more. But yeah, it's the youngest squad. They had some promising games, but they lost some games against top teams. They lost against Illuminer, they lost against Rogue, and they lost against Devils One because it was rematch from the first week, the last week. So they lost against Devils One. So they are right now 1-1 head-to-head with Devils One. Next on, we have Pirate Sports. They also made some changes, hopefully a better change. They replaced their mid laner in Snower into Nick. You might know this guy, Nick760. He's a legend on Polish scene as well, really experienced guy, and he seemed to have taken Pirate Sports on the next level. They actually look like a decent team right now. Their bot lane had some great games, especially Blue 45th on the Yumi. So I expect some Yumi bans coming against this team in the Yumi bans. Next, Illuminer Gaming, the most like the biggest, the best organization on Polish soil that has ever been established. They struggled against some top teams. They lost to Devils One, they lost to Rogue, but they also had some hiccups, mainly because they were experimenting with their approach of the game. I'm talking about the game where Pookie Style, who is a star player for this team and who is playing really well, went mid lane with Rumble. They moved Castellan to ADC as a Yasuo. This game was a disaster, so of course they're experimenting, they're preparing for the playoffs, but yeah, they're 4-4. Some people would expect a better result, but looking at the whole pack, they're just a decent team who will probably place top 3 at the end of the season, if not higher, because they look way better than comparing to the previous season. Pride. This team is also kind of new. I mean, I'm talking about the roster because organization was taking part in Ultraliga last year. They brought another change. They also changed one player. Baton, the jungler, was subbed in by Danka. He's a German jungler. He was supposed to play with Color in the German team, but because of some unknown reasons, the German team did not work out. So they bring Danke, and the guy was actually showing off some great performance. He's a really aggro player so far. From his performance, as we can tell, he played some great Lee Sin. They actually won against Illuminator, so it was one of those games that EHG lost. And they look like a playoff team. Not sure about the final results, but they're actually putting up a great fight against most of the better teams. Devils won. It will be the last team on the second place, because as you can see, we have 1, 2, 3, 5 teams with the 4-4 scoreboard. Devils won. They would probably be higher in the ranking, in the standings, because they rank their scouting grounds team. They have 10-man roster, they have academy team to one of the weeks. Then they went 0-2, losing to, let's say, Pirate Sports and stuff. So basically, they look pretty strong, but they have been lacking some performance compared to, I don't know, Rogue Sports Club. Anyways, they won their game against Illuminator Gaming, the biggest rival for the second spot, and they'll probably be setting their eyes on defeating Rogue Esports Club. They put up a great fight against Rogue, but it wasn't necessarily a really close game. So I think with the changes in the roster, with the development, looking into playoffs, they could actually put up a great fight in the series of best of 5s against Rogue. And our final contestant, Rogue Esports Club, they have not dropped a single game yet. All of the games was played by Hikyu, who is now subbed in the LEC roster. So maybe we will be able to see a Woolite playing in Ultraliga, having his great return. Nonetheless, Selfie is just smashing everyone left and right. He's looking like unstoppable mid laner. He's playing a lot of scaling stuff, but overall this team is just a level above everyone right now, if not 2 levels above everyone. So this is how the Ultraliga looks at the half of the season mark. So right now the obvious statements would be that Rogue is probably looking not to drop a single game till the end of the season. I can see them losing to Devils 1, maybe Illuminator Gaming, but so far they shown some great performance. If they will continue playing with Hikyu, I really think that this is one of the stronger teams that Poland has to offer. The battle for the second place will be really interesting, because I can see Devils 1 and Illuminator being really strong contestants, but maybe we can see some upsets in Pirate Sports and Pride, and also the battle for the last playoff spots will probably be between Aves and Actina Pact. Aves is looking strong, but because they have worse overall results, they could struggle to get those really important wins. In Actina Pact, even though they had a great start, they looked like they started to crumble. Some people, I think, figured them out. Some people know how to play against those really aggressive young players. So we were really concerned at the start of the Ultraliga that the top of the pack will be just level above everyone else. But right now, the middle part of the standings looks really stacked, and anything could happen. I could see Pride or Pirate Sports finishing the regular season in the second place, but then yeah, we are talking about playoffs, and they will be facing against more experienced players and teams such as Devils 1 and Illuminator Gaming. So yeah, that is how it looks. If you want to tune in Ultraliga, We will be doing our broadcast tomorrow at 5 a.m. p.m. I never actually find out which form is correct. But yeah, we broadcast every week, Tuesday and Wednesday at the same hour. The broadcast in Polish, so if you wanna watch some games, be sure to check in, to tune in. I'll be doing another recap at the end of the season before playoffs, but I hope I shed some new light about on Ultraliga, on Polish National League, and you guys learned something new. You guys got some new info, and also today the qualifications for the Ultraliga relegation tournament are starting. We have one really stacked roster with Unknown in top lane, so he's emerging Wisła Płock top laner who actually left this team. They also have Illusionist. You may know this guy from the Spanish league. He played in Origin, but he took a break. They also have Deathless, one of the better Polish ADCs who wasn't in the team for a bigger part of this year. So he will probably be going back to Ultraliga, and I think the qualifying teams stand a great chance against Wisła Płock and the other team who I think will be Actina Pact in the relegation tournament. Also, there is Katastrofa Wionetki with some players from Ultraliga with some Polish talent. So you can actually find those broadcasts covering the qualification tournaments on the Twitch. Just type in Ultraliga qualifications, kwalifikacja, and I'm pretty sure some of the broadcasts, some of the streams will pop up, and you can tune in, watch the less known teams trying to qualify to Ultraliga. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you learned something new. Until the next time.